I'm going to show you a trick that will help you massively improve your Betfair trading in less than 10 minutes. Now I know that sounds bold, so hear me out before you dismiss this as some kind of nonsense, because it's not. Doing this was the catalyst to that aha breakthrough moment for me. It can be applied to all sports no matter what you're trading, as you'll see in just a moment. So take note and give this exercise a go after watching, because I've got no doubt that this is the most helpful Betfair trading video that you're going to see on YouTube, and it's not even got a ladder in it. For help with your trading strategy, see the YouTube links at the end of this one, and also the links in the description. So to do this, you need to start by going to your account area over on the Betfair website, go to my Betfair account, and then you'll see from the toolbar at the top you've got betting activity and exchange profit and loss underneath. Once you're there, you want to select the date range for this exercise. Now the longer the range you do for this exercise, the better it's going to be for you, as you'll see in just a second. For me, this is not a dick swinging exercise, and sharing results online has caused problems for me in the past before, so I'm going to do a limited amount. Once you're there, you want to click download to spreadsheet. Now don't panic if you don't like Excel or anything at this point in time, because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So we'll open up these columns here a little bit better so you can see. There we go. And you can see that you've got historical results there for previous events. Now if you highlight the top bar and go across to data and filter, what this does is this gives us a little filtering option along the top for those of you that don't know how to do this, right? So this is where it really comes into its own, because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the data and our previous results, how we've been performing, so we can actually know, what's happening, not what you think is happening. And there's lots of different ways to trade, there's lots of different strategies and styles. You might be better at certain things, less so at others, but there is a huge benefit to actually knowing the specifics on this, and it will massively improve your trading confidence too. So if I start playing around with these filters, you can see if you go to the profit and loss column at the top there, we can go sort by largest, and it will resort all of those races. We can go sort by lowest, and you'll see relatively quickly when you start using some of these filters where you are performing better, where you are performing worse, and seeing what those trends are, so you can work out and understand exactly where you are, you're excelling and where you're suffering. So looking at the most profitable, you can see similar tracks are coming up there, similar race styles, and that'll be because certain situations, certain strategies work better. Something that I've spoke about briefly in the past, but probably not shown it in this way. Now early on, when I first started, I was doing some of this and I wasn't as efficient as I am at it now, but you can change other things here. So if we go over to the left and you go text filters and say contains, type in the track name, and you'll see that you can then highlight if you're actually performing better at certain tracks. So the type of questions that you want to be asking yourself of this data and working it out is, which tracks do you perform better at? Why is that? Is it because they're Group 3 races? Is it because they're maiden races? Is it because they're handicap races? Where do you perform better? Where do you perform worse? And know and actually see it. Also take a look at things like race length if you're in-play trader, for example, and this can also work for football and other sports too, but you just need to understand the variables to the situation and see where you are doing well and where you're doing badly. Now when you do know where you're doing well and you're doing badly, that completely changes your perception, and it completely changes your feeling, your behaviour, your mindset when you come to trading the races. Now if you want to sort of like escape the 9 to 5 and build up some trading confidence, so it's low stress, your consistent results, because consistency is the key here to me. And you might see that some of these results are not as big as you thought they might be at times, but they're extremely consistent. So what you can do here is you can massively reduce the amount that you lose, and you can improve the areas where you succeed. You can target the areas where you succeed, you can change your styles in the ones where you aren't succeeding and become better and develop, whilst missing out those financial losses in the process, which massively enhances the bottom line. And doing this effectively, if you've not been doing this and knowing this, will actually allow you to pretty much double your results or massively increase your results very, very quickly. Another thing to look out for is possibly with the race times. Are you performing better at the start of the day, at the end of the day? Why is that? That would say to me straight away it's probably a psychological issue. I had an issue in the early days where I would behave more sporadically towards the end of the trading day, and that was probably because I wasn't happy with the results I was having. But the first races of the day were always really quite consistent. So you have to ask yourself, what's actually changing here? Is it the market? Is it me? But really drill down and learn to understand and focus on what's going right, what's going wrong, repeat what's going right, and stop doing what's going wrong, or at least look at it for review and improvement. But don't just stop there, because you actually want to measure and sort of see the difference to the changes that you make. So, you know, write down the date that you do this exercise and understand what's going on, make some changes, come back in 7 days time, look at your results again. Have they improved in those certain areas? I almost guarantee that your bottom line probably will have improved. What has and hasn't changed, log that, and then you can adjust. Don't do this, I think I know what's going on, and which leads to irrational behaviour. One thing to say on this too, if you can't find patterns in your results, which is extremely unlikely, if you can't find patterns in your results, then you're just gambling. You're not applying an edge or a systematic approach or doing the same thing. But be clear in separating what you're doing, logging it, understanding it, and then improving it, so that you can actually, you know, make a structured progress going forward and become more consistent, more reliable in your results, without being as irrational and, you know, leads to those crazy losses. Because you need to actually know which trading setups work well for you and which ones are holding you back. When you do, it leaves you in a position of confidence to make better, less impulsive decisions, like the trades in this video here, where you'll notice that I didn't get involved at the wrong time, and that is the bottom line.